Facing a grim prognosis, Walter White receives devastating news from his doctors. His only hope for long-term survival is a lung transplant, a procedure that comes with a staggering $170,000 to $200,000 price tag. He agrees to undergo the life-saving surgery in 4 weeks, placing him in a desperate race against time and mounting financial pressure. Walter and his partner, Jesse Pinkman, find themselves in a precarious situation despite a massive 40-pound meth cook. They're struggling to move their product on the streets, barely managing to offload a meager 2 pounds. Tragedy strikes when their associate, Combo, is gunned down by rival dealers, sending shockwaves through their operation and shattering Jesse's self-image of a tough guy. The brutal killing, combined with Badger's recent legal trouble, prompts Skinny Pete to bail, leaving Jesse reeling with guilt and a crumbling sense of control. Desperate for direction, Walt and Jesse turn to their sleazy lawyer, Saul Goodman. Saul delivers a harsh reality check, declaring their street distribution tactics utterly inept. He proposes they secure a more reliable, less volatile buyer, a businessman who can handle their product in bulk, unlike the unstable to-go. He reveals that he knows of a distributor fitting the description, but that he is very cautious. Jesse, tormented by the death of Combo, spirals deeper into despair. He tries to push away his recovering girlfriend, Jane, worried he'll be a bad influence on her sobriety. Jane, however, refuses to leave, abandoning her 18 months of sobriety and falling back into the dark world of addiction. The next day, Walt, in a crucial bid to salvage their situation, patiently waits at the Los Pollos Hermanos chicken restaurant, the designated meeting spot. Jesse shows up late, clearly high, and makes a quick exit, unknowingly sabotaging their chances. Walt realizes, after an agonizing wait, that the mysterious distributor has likely observed Jesse's condition and passed on working with them. Meanwhile, Jane's relapse intensifies, and she introduces Jesse to heroin. The following day, Walt, determined to secure this deal, returns to Los Pollos Hermanos, waiting until closing time. He finally deduces that the restaurant manager is indeed the elusive distributor and demands a meeting. The manager, confirming his role as distributor, reveals himself to be hesitant to deal with a partner like Jesse. Walt, desperate to close the deal, spins a fabricated narrative, assuring him his meth is top tier and that he controls Jesse completely. While warning Walt of the dangers of trusting a drug addict, the distributor, who introduces himself as Gus, promises to be in touch. Elsewhere, Skylar White is actively involved in planning and celebrating her boss Ted Benecki's birthday, where she gives him a sultry rendition of "Happy Birthday to You." Later, while auditing the books, Skylar uncovers alarming discrepancies in the company's financial records. Ted confesses he has been manipulating the numbers to keep the business afloat, jeopardizing his employees' livelihood. Skylar, though horrified, initially chooses not to expose him, but struggles to reconcile his actions and ultimately decides to return to work, implicating herself in his fraudulent activities. Walt, spurred by a message, returns to the restaurant where the actual manager reveals that the man he met was Gus Fring, the owner of a vast chain of stores. Just as Walt is about to leave, Gus's imposing associate, Victor, blocks his exit, issuing a demand. He must deliver their entire stash, 38 pounds of meth, to a truck stop in 1 hour. Walt rushes to Jesse's apartment, breaking in to find him and Jane in a heroin-induced haze. Simultaneously, Skylar goes into labor, desperately trying to reach Walt. Torn between the immediate, crucial deal with Gus and his responsibility to his wife and unborn child, Walt makes a fateful decision. He will meet with Gus, leaving his wife to face labor alone. He then delivers the 38 pounds of meth within the hour for $1.2 million in cash.